Hey guys, and welcome back to another organizational video. Today we are in the kitchen again. I've done the pantry, I've organized the fridge, and now it's time to get into the drawers and do a little bit of a better job than I did when we just first moved in, because now I have a few more containers and stuff. So I will be reorganizing in some of the drawers and cabinets just to make everything that much more functional. So like any other project, the first thing I like to do is start by washing all of the containers or just the items that I will be using. And so in this clip right now, you guys are seeing a divider that I picked up for the coffee pods. I am going to be moving over all of the coffee that we already have into a different drawer and just having that one designated for the coffee. So everything that's coffee related will be right there. It's going to be directly underneath the coffee machine, so it just makes for easier access there. But you guys will see what I am talking about as you keep on watching later in the clips. You'll see what was in that drawer and then how it ended up looking after that. So this is a drawer I am talking about. As you can see, I have some of the lids that go with our food storage containers in here, but I will be taking those out. And right next to that one is where we had kept our coffee. So we just have 2 sleeves left of that, and I will be taking that out. And that way that drawer can be separated and left only for like the baking, the oven mitts and all the hot pot holders and all that kind of stuff in here. I also have a little cookbook. But yeah, now moving into the drawer, again, I'm going to be using my spray to wipe everything down like I like to, and then I will put in the divider and start taking all of the coffee pods out of the sleeves. We do use the Nespresso coffee machine, and you guys might have also seen that we do own a Keurig. So we had the Keurig first, and then once we made the switch over to Nespresso, it's super hard to have the K-cups again because they just taste so much watered down compared to these. So I'm just trying to use up any of the leftover pods that we have and then get rid of my Keurig machine so that we only have one sitting out on the countertop. I don't need 2 anymore. And in case you are wondering, from Nespresso, we like to order the caramel flavor as well as the vanilla flavor. And this time around, I also went ahead and ordered some of these red pods that you see here. The one with the black stripe is half decaffeinated, and then the red ones are fully decaf. And the reason for that is because lately I have been suffering a little bit more so with anxiety issues. So I figured I would start off by trying to cut out caffeine and see if that would help any. So in order to do that, I ordered these. So I plan on working my way down from fully caffeinated coffee, start off with using the half decaf, and then finally work my way down to no caffeine. So hopefully that works out well and helps me out. Now I'm going to also put in the descaling kit that we have here, and then some of those little samples that they also send every time you make an espresso order on the side. But you guys can see here that the divider worked in this space, but it didn't go from side to side of the drawer like I would have liked it to. I did not measure ahead of time, so when I bought this, I didn't really think that would be the case. And now I am trying to figure out a different way of using up more of that space and have these pods aligned, because I just like everything to be upright and proper and face the same direction. But because of the shape of these pods, they're like a half sphere, so it's very hard to try and prop them up. I did attempt to do so, but then I figured I would try to cut out the top of the boxes and try to put them in there and see if that would work, but they turned out to be very flimsy on the sides and it wasn't holding up. So I did away with that and just decided that for now I will leave it as is in this divider, and then later on in the future maybe I can look for a different method of organizing these. So if you guys are Nespresso users and have a better organization for these pods, let me know down below, because it definitely would help me out. I know most of you guys watching this, you're like, this looks perfectly fine, but for me, I just like everything to look a certain way, if you guys understand. But yeah, so now moving down to the cabinet below this drawer is where we keep all of our food storage containers, and I have also worked my way to trying to replace all of our plastic ones for glass dishware. So I figured I would go ahead and just put the lids on top of the containers. That way when I need one, I can simply just pull out the container. I don't have to go sorting for the lids. The only ones that I ended up just leaving off to the side, as you guys will see later on, are like the ones that belong to the big bowls, because we don't reach for those as often. So I had no problem putting those off to the side, and then if I ever need them, I can simply just pull those out. But yeah, other than that, I'm simply just rearranging things in here, making sure that all of the like objects are grouped together and just trying to face all of them the same direction, because that automatically makes everything look organized. And even though it wasn't much of a major change and I didn't use like organizing products or anything else in here, that makes such a big difference when everything's just facing the same direction. And it's kind of just grouped by type and color and size. So that is all I am doing in this cabinet.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you there. I would give it all away to do it all again.
And this is the end result. You guys see, this just looks that much more neater. And up here on the top shelf, I have the lids that belong down to these bowls down here. So if I ever need them, they're within reach. I can simply just pull those out, and then all of the other containers already have the lid and they're ready to go.
Wanna love you till the day I die.
Now back to the old coffee drawer. I'm rearranging all the oven mitts and the pot holders, and that's about it in here. So then we're going to move on into the baking supplies drawer. I have a ton of food coloring and just cupcake liners and all of that stuff that you use when baking. So we will be tackling that one and then work our way down to the cabinet right below it, which is where I store all of our baking sheets and baking pans. So before I start emptying out the baking drawer, I'm going to clear off the countertop, just flatten out all of these coffee sleeves and remove them away from here. That way I can take everything out of the baking drawer and put it on the countertop, and then when I have an empty slate, I can go ahead and start organizing it back into the drawer.
If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you. Like a cold drop of rain coming down from a clear sky. Yeah. Like a honeybee taking off that really shouldn't fly. Like a snowflake falling down on a summer day. It's just amazing. It's a million to one. It really couldn't be. You're my kind of one of a kind.
When I go to organizing spaces, I like to get rid of as many product wrappers and just all of that packaging that comes with them, because that just makes everything look a little bit more cluttered. So when you get rid of all of that, they look more cohesive, and that's what I'm doing now with all of these cupcake liners. I have a ton of them, but I'm going to try and put them all inside of this little narrow acrylic bin that I picked up recently from Target.
You're my kind of one of a kind. Like a black swan swimming about in a sea of white. Yeah. Like a bouncer Saturday night acting really nice. That can't be right. Like the most beautiful girl in the world hitting up your phone. It's so wrong. It's a million to one. It really could.
All of the other containers you see me using here are also from Target, and I actually picked these up from the dollar spot, so very affordable. I think these more narrow ones came 2 for $1, so you can't beat that. So I will just be working with these, trying to figure out the best configuration in this space for them and see where I can put all of the sprinkles and food coloring and all of those things to where they're easy to grab, but they are not moving all over the place every time I pull open the drawer.
You're like a ghost in my mind, I can't escape you. I need to believe it was right letting you go, 'cause you are like a ghost in my mind. I wanna escape you, but I do not believe it was right letting you go. I can't stand the thought of losing you. Tell me, do you think of me too? 'Cause every song just reminds me of you and it kills me. No, it was a mistake letting you go. 'Cause every song just reminds me of you and it breaks my heart. You're still here though we're apart. I'm seeing your face in my dreams. I can't escape you like a movie.
As you guys can see here, I was struggling a bit to find the best way to put all of these KitchenAid attachments, because specifically more so the whisk, it's a little bit more of a wider one, and because we do have the baby proof child locks on all of these drawers, if I left it in the center, I needed to make sure it was going to close properly and not be in the way of it. So I'm simply just trying to figure out where I can put these, but also still make use of the rest of the little containers I have, because I still need to put away all of the baking aprons and then some stencils and other decorating stuff that I had.
It was a mistake letting you go, 'cause every song just reminds me of you and it breaks my heart. You're still here though we're apart. Don't tell me it's over now. Don't tell me it's over now. Don't tell me it's over now. Don't tell me it's over.
And here is a quick little reminder of what it looked like in the before shot, and then you guys will see the after product.
No, it was a mistake letting you go, 'cause every song just reminds me.
Now moving into the baking sheet cabinet, I didn't have to do a bunch in here because I did already have a little organization going on. I had some 2 racks that you guys will see later on when I move all of this out. But I really wanted to focus on just putting in a shelf liner that I recently picked up, because since all of these sheet pans and baking pans and all of that are metal and aluminum, they tend to more easily scratch the surface of the cabinet bottom. So I wanted to go ahead and protect them with some of the shelf liner.
Outside, a little bit high on the feeling, can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting by some rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you.
Here I was just trying to make a crease in the shelf liner and then use that as a guide to cut it out, but I figured I might as well go ahead and use a measuring tape and just measure it out exactly, because I know myself, and if I cut it wrong I will not like how it looks. So I decided to just take the long route and do it properly instead of taking the lazy shortcut that I wanted to.
Smoke trying to get your attention. You make me nervous. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting by some rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Pretty ugly from the minute that I met you.
If you guys remember, I had found some funnels inside where I had all the food storage containers, so I'm simply going to look for a little command hook of some sort. I know we have one. We have a ton of command products, so I'm going to look in this bin and find something that works and just use that to hang it on the door.
Met the other night.
Here's the finished product of this cabinet. Again, I didn't do much other than add in the liner at the bottom and then hang those funnels, but this organization method of having these racks makes it just easy to pull out all of the sheet pans and then find any cake pans that I need. I have them nested by size, so it makes it very easy, and I will link them down below in case you guys are interested. Now moving into the most satisfying cabinet, which is the one right underneath the kitchen sink. I wanted to go ahead and get in here, make it look that much nicer, because as you can see, I have plastic bags in here from the grocery store that we use for our trash bags in the restroom and stuff. And then I have an assortment of different baskets that don't look good together, like this bright yellow one. It's actually a cleaning caddy that I have just stuff with cleaning products on here. And then I have my dish rags in this other brown one. So I want to go ahead and make everything look better and more cohesive. So for that, I went ahead and ordered these bins. These are actually refrigerator bins, but I just figured these were very cheap and affordable. I think they're $3 a piece, and they would fit perfectly in the space. I know so because I had some already that were being used in the fridge, so I went ahead and pulled some of those out and kind of measure out the space ahead of time. But then I also have this other riser that I can use to lift things up and use more of the vertical space if I need to. These are actually locker organizers, I believe. I got these for sale like 2-3 years ago, so I do have this if I need it. I also went ahead and ordered some of these shoe drawer organizers from the Container Store, and just because they say they are meant for shoes doesn't mean that's the only thing these can be used for. And I think they're going to be perfect for all of the sponges and magic erasers. So I went ahead and ordered some of these. I have 6, but you guys can see here this one came in broken, and I'm so sad about that, but I'm going to reach out to them, see if there's anything we can do about that. And then I also picked up this grocery bag holder because I am tired of looking at all these bags just stuffed inside of another bag underneath the cabinet, so I'm going to use this one for the door.
Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right here. I know that I told you we're over, I swear that I'm sober. Just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Just stay till the morning light.
So just like everywhere else, I begin by just emptying out the whole cabinet and then wiping it down so that I can get the shelf liner in here and then start working from there.
The remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Till the morning light, till the morning light, till the morning light, yeah. Till the morning light, till the morning light, till the morning light.
Now, when I say I had some of these already on hand and I kind of used it to sketch out what I wanted this to look like, I did not notice that the larger bins were actually, or the larger bins that I did have already were actually medium size. So they're in between both of these two sizes that you guys see here. So that is why I'm going ahead and trying to refigure everything out and see what best I can come up with.
But now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me. Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy, or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight. I had a feeling you'd come back and save me from all those lonely nights and heartbreaks. And I feel misplaced without you. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to? Never wanted to end it like we did. I guess shit happens for a reason, but it's like something feels different from back then. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to? Honestly, I'm open wide. I don't feel like waking up without you by my side. I still see your silhouette. Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to your bedroom?
So funny story about all of these sponges. A few years back, I think maybe even 5 years, I don't know, I can't really remember, but my two sisters, they are very much into couponing and just saving on everything and anything. So they got a great deal on these sponges, and I told them to just go ahead and grab me some, and I have not bought sponges in a long time. I can't even remember the last time I had to buy them. The same goes for all of these Dawn dish soaps. So don't come for me if you see that I have the tiny bottles. I know it's not the most environmentally friendly, but at the time, again, these are like super old. So at the time, these were free. And you can't say no to free cleaning supplies. So yeah, the next time I purchase dish detergent, whenever that is, I will definitely make sure to try to get bigger bottles. But for the time being, I'm going to be using all of these free ones. So yeah, shout out to both of my sisters who keep me stocked up.
Why don't we go back to, why don't we go back to your bedroom? Just keep on doing what you do, 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 do what you like to, what you like to do.
So the way I currently folded my cleaning rags worked inside of these drawers, or these little fridge organizers, whatever you guys want to call these, but I did not like that the seam was not at the top, so you can actually see like the folds. So I went ahead and grabbed the rest of the rags and refolded them so that they would look a little bit nicer.
Ain't no one stopping you. Try to express yourself in your own way, and we could have some fun. No problem.
Now moving on to install this grocery bag holder, I'm going to be putting this on the back of the door, and it did come with like the adhesives on it already, but you can also drill into your doors if that's what you're into. I personally prefer to just stick things on there, and then if I ever need to remove them, I can easily remove them. So if you guys are in a rental home or an apartment of any sort, this would be a great method for you, same as the command strips, like you saw me use that hook earlier in the video. So all of these stick-on accessories come in very handy, again, especially if you are renting. In this case, we are not, but still we don't like to create damage on our surfaces, so these are a great option.
Or anything that brings us down. We shouldn't care about anyone who brings us down. Doing what you do, doing what you do. Just keep on doing what you do, doing what you do, doing what you do, doing what you do, doing what you do. Do what you like, do what you like to do, do what you like, do what you like, do what you like to do.
And if you are curious, I did not count our grocery bags, but on the box it did say this can hold up to about 30.
Doing what you do, do what you like, do what you like to do, do what you like, do what you like to do.
Now coming in with my old school label maker, I'm going to be using this to just type in the labels and cut them out right then and there. I was too lazy to pull out the Cricut machine and design my own labels, so I used this and they worked out perfectly well. And it turned out to be that the little groove on the freezer bin was the exact width of these labels, so it couldn't have worked out any better. And again, before I showed you the end result, here is a before shot so you guys remember what it looked like. And now this is the final product, and I am so happy with how everything turned out. It just looks so organized and everything's easily accessible. I can definitely tell what all I have, what all I need, what I'm running low on. So a quick rundown of everything in here. Over to the far left I have the trash bags, then next to that I have the dish products, so all of the rinse aid and dishwasher stuff. I also have some Dawn Power Fresh, some more miscellaneous cleaners to the side of that, some Germix, some baby oil, Barkeeper's Friends, and then some stainless steel wipes. Next to that I have the cleaning rags, as you guys saw me fold earlier, and I kind of color coded those. Next to those I put all of those dish soaps, and next to that I have a little cleaning bucket with just some brushes that I can use to clean out the sink. In front of it I have the dishwashing pods, which I'm running a little bit low on, and underneath that I have the two drawers from the Container Store, one with the sponges and then the other with the magic erasers. And that is going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me to organize some other spaces in my home. And if you are enjoying these organizing videos, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe if you are new, and stay tuned for more organization videos coming your way. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye guys.